Okay. Hello, Abraham. It's my first time here, and I've enjoyed your CDs, your information. It just makes too much sense not to be. What I want to have clarification about is throughout my life, I have had mountain highs of being in heaven and created other experiences of feeling like in hell. And just recently, one that I still seem to cling to and haven't put behind me yet is the experience of being on that mountaintop and feeling like in heaven, and then going into a severe depression where it was like, the bottom fell out, and it's like I thought to myself, why is this happening? Where did this come from? That was in the middle of it. Now I see that whatever, I created that, but I'm still trying to get some clarification.
When you are feeling that despair that you're describing as the depths of hell, we want you to know that there's nothing wrong in being there. It isn't that you did something wrong. That's like saying the stove hurts me and there's something wrong with me because the hot stove hurts me. And we say, there's nothing wrong with you because you can feel that. Just don't put your hand on the stove. And when you feel that depth of despair, that's saying the same thing. The reason this hurts so much is because I'm giving my attention to something that is so different from what I want. When something really, really, really feels terrible, that means there's something that you really, really, really want that you're focused in opposition to. If someone you did not know called you on the telephone and said, hello, you don't know me, I'm just calling to tell you I will never call you again. You would say, all righty then. You wouldn't go to the depths of hell. You would laugh about it. But if someone you really care about says that to you, you would feel greater despair. So the degree of the emotion that you feel has to do with the degree to which you really want something. So when you've lived a life experience that has caused you to ask for this and this and this and this and this, and it has amassed this powerful beingness of source energy, and for whatever reason in this moment of thought you are holding yourself apart from that, you're going to feel more pain, more severe pain. But we promise you, in the moment that you turn in the direction of it and begin making your way to it, long before you get there, that terrible discomfort will go away. We're going to tell you something that we've never told anyone before. It's the first time that this has ever been evoked in this powerful way. That powerful, severe feeling of being in the depths of hell is always about something that really, really matters to you, and in this moment you are going against the flow. That's what that feeling of powerlessness is. And in the moment you get mad, the relief is palpable, because you begin moving in the direction of an improved vibration, you see. If we were standing in your physical shoes and we felt strong negative emotion, we would start complimenting ourselves. Good for me. I can feel I'm pointed in the wrong direction. Good for me. I've got some tools and I know what to do about it. And then we would just begin reaching for the best feeling thought, the thought that would give us any relief right here and now. You've experienced enough ecstasy that the agony is intolerable to you. Yes. And the only thing that's going wrong in your experience, and of course nothing is really wrong, but the reason it feels wrong to you is because when you've tasted the sweetness of really powerful connection, you can't bear that. Esther has discovered that because she's in pure positive energy so much, a little bit of negative emotion goes a long way. And when there's something that's really bothering her, it feels like it's going to kill her. In other words, when something that really matters to her gets crossways in her vibration, it feels like the end of the world to her. And that's why you're using such dramatic words like the depths of hell. Like nothing could be worse than this, you see. And we want you to realize that it's all relative, you see. And so we actually love it when someone says, I'm experiencing the depths of hell, because you wouldn't even be able to say that if you weren't usually in a place that is really connected.
Yes, and I'm still am climbing up the scale of emotion from that, but nowhere near that depression that I was in. I was in the midst of launching a new career direction, and what I saw was that I was not going with the flow of that career direction, was kind of getting afraid to take the next move or something.
As you relax and begin saying things such as, things always work out for me, and I don't have to figure it out this red hot minute, I'll figure it out eventually, you soften that resistance. And then the most significant thing that we want to say to you is, because there are so many paths available, we wouldn't want you to force yourself on one that didn't just feel like you wanted to go. In other words, have any of you ever floated in a river? Jerry and Esther spend a lot of time on rubber rafts in rivers, mostly in Montana, but it's really a fun thing to do, to get in a river, and sometimes you paddle a little bit, but then a current will get hold of you, and the current just takes you. That's what happens when you get in the flow of what Source already has lined up for you. It just takes you, so that wild horses can't keep you from it. In other words, some of those currents, you could paddle with everything you've got, and you still couldn't keep from going with the flow. So when you understand that, things always work out for you, and that when it feels to you like, oh man, yes, 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 yes. Jerry Nestor's friend Alan Cohen, who's written a book, Why Your Life Sucks and What to Do About It, talks about when an option is before you and it feels like, hell yes, oh, go with it. But if it doesn't feel like that, then consider it for now a hell no. And we think that's really good advice, because what he's saying with that is, if the current is really strong and it's really in alignment with who I am and what I'm really wanting, the impulse will feel so powerful that I'll just be swept with it. And if it's not vibrationally ready for me, then it's going to take more of my action work than I should give to anything. Things that feel hard to you are going against the current. Things that feel hard never turn out the way you want them to. People talk about a feeling of procrastination, and they club themselves about the neck and face with that. In other words, they say, oh, I'm a procrastinator. And we say, or you might be someone who's sensitive to energy, who can feel that the energy isn't ripe, it's not ready for you to go. And so you're wanting to continue to collect data and continue to line up your energy and wait for the impulse that is so compelling, you see.
So like, maybe the way I've led my life is just the way I should have.
Maybe so. Yeah.
Thank you.